Yeah. Yeah. You see what it is. You see who it is. To my right, you got Russell Westbrook, a.k.a. Rusty, a.k.a. Russ Boat, a.k.a. that nigga. To my left, you got Derrick Rose, a.k.a. too big, too strong, too fast, too good, a.k.a. Chiraqui. I think coined by me. I don't know if other niggas call him that. A.k.a. the Windy City Assassin, if I ain't said it already. Derrick Rose versus Russell Westbrook. I go by the name of Dame. Subscribe to your boy Damian Harkless. If you already subscribed, I appreciate you. You feel me? Much love. Peace and good vibes out there. But we're going to get into Derrick Rose. I'm putting both these players in their prime. So we're going to get an MVP Rose in the year after and MVP Westbrook, which is today. It's only right. I do us all justice when I do that. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Rose is solid today. Still one of my personal favorite guards. Still an attacker of the rim. Still a elite primary finisher. But his prime years, to me, are behind him due to the various injuries he suffered. Still a great player in my eyes. It's no shade. He get a lot of shade from the media. The media and a lot of the fan base say he done, but if you watch ball, if you watch the games, you see Derrick ain't nothing done about Derrick Rose. He still get to the cup. I think he got to the cup more this year by the numbers, you know, points in the paint. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on numbers, but I can use them sometimes to reference the shit I always see. He get to the rack all day, finish layups. He don't even shoot the 3-ball no more. That nigga really eradicated that out his game. But still an active player, still got the bounce, still got the speed when need be. But I'd rather do MVP Rose for this comparison because that's when he was in his prime, period. So without further ado, Derrick Rose versus Russell Westbrook. First thing, athleticism. Who's more athletic? It's a good one already. I love this shit because these players are so close in comparison, yet they have a lot of differences as well. I got Derrick Rose athletically. Just for the simple fact, his transition game, I've never seen nobody like MVP Rose handle the transition. And that's with Russell Westbrook, with AI, with LeBron James. You feel me? LeBron is a beast in transition. They all beasts in transition. But I've never seen nobody as fast as Derrick Rose with the ball in my life. His MVP year. You talk about point A to point B in a hurry. To me, he was the best at it. And he would dunk on your fucking head, right atop of your head with bounce. So, athletically, by a little bit, Russell Westbrook is a freak too. Russell Westbrook bang on niggas all day. Don't get it twisted. Russell Westbrook slam shit down with authority. I love the way Westbrook slams it down. And he runs ferociously to the rack. He's more of the type to just keep going. I guess if I could use a 2K reference, he holds R2 all day. So he has no threshold. So it appears sometimes he may be going faster. Like D-Rose kind of jog up the court a little bit sometimes. He don't pull out the burners as often. Westbrook always running. So he might appear faster, but I think he's just a notch slower and he has less bounce than Prime Rose. I even think if they race today, holla at your boy. But athleticism Rose. Defense. Ooh, this is a good one. All these motherfuckers finna be good. Defense, I got on-ball defense, I have Derrick Rose. Just because his speed as well as his lateral movement entails him to slide his feet better and get in a good position. And that's what he prides on. If you watch D-Rose, always, no matter who he plays, he goes over the pick to try to really capture his defender. He's not that good of an off-ball defender because I feel like his mind is fixated on locking his man up, covering his man, which is not a problem. But Russell Westbrook, who is a good on-ball defender, also is a great off-ball defender. If you notice, if you watch Westbrook, Westbrook gets a lot of steals and forces transition to where he do a monster dunk, and now they turned up in OKC. The fans is turned. He need the fans with them players he had. Shout out to PG for going to where he at now. Shit, helping a nigga out, but he needed that type of momentum and off-ball defense entailed that for his team and him. So by that, I give Westbrook the notch on defense. He's more ferocious on defense. He's more intense. His off-ball defense is just clearly better than me. His on-ball defense is not too far off, but I think Derrick Rose has him on ball. So defense, I give it to Westbrook by a slight. Skill, I think this is clear and apparent for me because this is basketball. Basketball skill, Derrick Rose. I feel like Derrick Rose is a basketball player who is a freakish athlete. As to where I feel Russell Westbrook is a freakish athlete who could hoop. You feel me? Russell Westbrook, I feel like this nigga could have played football for sure. You know what I'm saying? Beast athletically, so that's what it entails. As far as basketball skill, Derrick Rose, his handles are more pure. This is eye test shit. I don't really run to the stats. Y'all know how I do this shit. His handles are more pure. His left hand is more pure. His acrobatic finishes are more fluent and more effective from an aesthetic standpoint and from a finishing standpoint. Russell Westbrook finishes, but like if he has to contort his body or do an up and under, or you know what I'm saying, typically he sometimes he throws it hard off the backboard. He's not as effective. He doesn't have good touch, so to say. And you talk about the fundamentals of the game, like the bank shot. Russell Westbrook does have the bank. Russell Westbrook got all these things. Don't get it twisted. But Derrick Rose is like a bank shot extraordinaire. So skills, I got Derrick Rose. Intangibles, tenacity, ferocity, mindset to the game, I got Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook approaches the game like Kobe, like AI, like the great killers in the game. Derrick Rose, to me, is a silent assassin. You know what I'm saying? Whoever gave him that nickname, or Windy City Assassin, whatever. But he's a silent assassin, meaning you don't see his heart on his sleeve. You see Russell Westbrook, he could rip the heart out you by playing, and he could rip it out with his mannerisms. He do that stank face when he dunk on you, like, nigga, get back. You feel me? He had a crowd turned up. He's screaming. Like, that intensity matters. That energy matters. He turned up. So, intangibles, I got Russell Westbrook. You feel me? In his prime now, you know what I'm saying, over D Rose. D Rose really will give you a chest pump. You feel me? D Rose just give niggas buckets and he be quiet. So, intensity, I got intangibles and all that shit. Aside from the clutch aspect, I got Derrick Rose to be more clutch than Russell Westbrook. Westbrook was clutch this year for sure. This was his most clutch year. He had to be. It was a lot of games it was down a dub, and he just put up a dub 2 in the fourth to carry him and hitting big shots, game winners. He was clutch as fuck. But just from what I've seen, Derrick Rose has always been relied on to be the clutch guy, and you just give it to him one-on-one. And I always have said this, the person with more skill it entails easier one-on-one shots when clutch situations matter. A lot of times people just call isolation for their best player in clutch. If you have a variety of moves and a great skill set, you can get one off. And Derrick Rose, if you check his history, he's been clutch. He hits a lot of big shots in his career, and they go to him, the Bulls or the Knicks. Russell Westbrook, clutch too, but I feel like he ain't did it as often. And mind you, he had KD shit. You got KD, sometimes you don't gotta do it. That's just real shit. Ask Stephen. But clutch, I got Rose. Fucking post game, I got Westbrook just because Rose don't utilize it pretty much. If Westbrook get a Isaiah Thomas or a Kyrie Irving, he's going straight to the post and he's shooting right over him. I've seen it done, and you've seen like all-star games where he got little dudes on him dropping 40-something because like they just simply can't guard him. He's too big for some motherfuckers, and he utilizes it. So I got rusty in that aspect. Now, free throws, shit, they both good as fucking free throws. Westbrook probably by a slight edge, but they both 80-something% free throw shooters. What else can we slide with? Rebounder, Russell Westbrook, clear. Russell Westbrook's the better rebounder. even in Derrick Rose's prime year, Russell Westbrook just has that tenacity to where I've never seen a point guard snag over a big as much as Russell Westbrook has done it. Shooting, ooh, to me, it's apples and apples. You feel me? You want the Granny Smith apple, or you want the green one, or whatever. They both shoot the mid-range very well. You feel me? As a point guard, you need that. Point guards out there, man, you need that. Get that mid-range. Don't, well, nowadays, shit, everybody shoot from 32, so shit. But acquire that mid-range, you know what I'm saying? Have variety. Don't just attack the basket and get a charge. Stop for that mid-range. These two players prove it. Great mid-range players. The mid-range I'll give to Derrick Rose just because he has the bank shot on lock too. And he pretty much, that's his bread and butter. Westbrook got, like, if you say Westbrook, it's no problem. They pretty much even at that. But overall, I would take Westbrook as a shooter because he got a 3-ball in his arsenal. Rose never really put the 3-ball in his arsenal except 1 year, which is right after his MVP year, where he stepped it up a notch in shooting the 3. And I think right after his the year right after where he came back, he kind of had the 3-ball a little bit. I'm not sure on that, you know what I'm saying? But right after his MVP year, he had the 3-ball a little bit. But Westbrook this year is prone to pull up from 30 right in your face. Yop, yop. Had a stretch where he was shooting threes like a motherfucker. Clutch. Game winner. So I got Rusty for the shot. So overall, oh, okay, that's a lot of topics. Hold on, I still got passing. Or no, before passing, IQ. Who has a better IQ? I got Derrick Rose. Simply for the fact Russell Westbrook has 5 to 10 plays a game where he's going to make a play where the coach is like, what the fuck? Pulling his hair out. Why did you do that? His game is so forceful that it entails a lot of mistakes to be made. He's not a calm player. He takes a lot of bad shots. He makes a lot of bad shots, but he takes a lot of bad shots. And to me, he's one of those players who only really passes it if he has the assist. Like, this is real eye test shit. If I know y'all play with a player who won't really make the normal pass, who won't pass that shit unless you're open to getting an assist. That's the type of player Russell Westbrook is. He's not really a run the system type player like Derrick. Oh, sorry. Derrick Rose can run the system and will make the easy pass. So IQ, I got Derrick Rose easily. And passing, I may have Derrick Rose too, but this year Russell Westbrook was an excellent passer, even though, as I said, he doesn't really make the easy pass. So I have to slide him for that. To me, a good passer makes the logical pass. He doesn't always do that. He forces his passes inside a tight-knit hole, and he tries to get the assist more often than not. So I got Rose by sliding that. If I'm missing something, what am I missing? Both these players, man, great players. Both these players elite. To me, if you got a prime Rose and you got a prime Westbrook, they're the two best point guards in the league. That's just, to me, well, Steph too. Those are the top 3. I'm not gonna leave Steph out. You got me fucked up, nigga. Steph, Rose, and Westbrook, top 3 point guards in the league, all healthy. But overall, I guess this is just preference at this point. If you pick any one, shit, I ain't mad at you. They both outstanding. Overall, I got Derrick Rose just because my preference is always predicated on that skill set. When you can handle the ball, I feel Rose is a better handler. Left to right, skill set, period. Rose, just aesthetics. If you look at how they handle the ball, Westbrook has been improving, but it's more a strong, straight line type dribbler where you got Rose, he's east to west. He's wiggling. He's flooring motherfuckers. And so yeah, I cater to the skill set. So I got MVP Rose better than Russell Westbrook for the skill set, a slightly better athletic point guard, and he what was my other point? Slightly better athletic, the skill set. I forgot my other fucking point. Fuck it. Well, I got Derrick Rose. If you pick Westbrook, ain't no problem with that. Subscribe to me, Damian Harkless. I go by Dame. And I got a steal shot because, you know what I'm saying, there's copyright problems with the videos. Motherfuckers be acting like hoes, so I'm not trying to deal with no infringement laws and all that bullshit. Dame, who you got? Comment below. Let your boy know. Derrick Rose, Rusty Mabo. Peace.